Go ahead. Okay. Rodney James here for Cage Side Press with Urijah Faber, one of the all.
How are you, brother? Doing good, boss. You guys go ahead.
Who is this guy interrupting me over here, man? Of course, I know. All right, you're one of the most beloved fighters of all time, pioneer of this sport. First of all, man, look around. How crazy is this compared to when you first started?
Oh my gosh, a lot of people don't know the dark ages of trying to promote the weight classes in the WC at the time. I remember myself and Charlie Valencia going on a press tour through Florida, and it was like pulling teeth to get people to cover us at that time. And we're trying to build something with the help of great businessmen and a great business model with the UFC behind us at the WC level. And the sport's changed, and that's one of the reasons why you don't want to be left out of the mix right now. It's an exciting time for the sport, for the division, and mixed martial arts is the thing that is on a huge rise. And so it's exciting, man. It's a lot different.
Yeah, I've heard Chael Sonnen talk about the dark ages, like you said, back in the day when you didn't really get a choice as far as who you're fighting. It was just kind of like, hey, you show up and you're going to fight this guy. I could see that's kind of still your old school mentality because, look, you came out of retirement fighting one of the toughest dudes in the division, man, just right back in the mix.
Yeah, I'm not here to stay safe or protect anything. This is the fight game. And that's why I've got such a great relationship with the UFC. I've been that guy that steps up, goes up in weight class. And I was bored, and I went up and fought Frankie Edgar in the Philippines because, I didn't really feel like there's some big names at 135. I do big fights and take on up-and-comers that people don't want to fight. I don't give a shit, really.
Last thing for me, man. So Jose Aldo's fighting on his card. He's dropping down to 35. There's been a lot of pictures circulating. He doesn't look that great. Well, he's right across the room there. What are your thoughts on his decision to do that? You think it was a good move?
I mean, I don't know if it was a good move, but I think he'll do well. I don't have any doubt in Aldo because I know what kind of athlete he is, what kind of mentality he has. I'm not sure how his body's going to hold up. The UFC PI and Trifecta Nutrition do an amazing job of getting guys prepped and ready and the science behind it. So if he recovers back up the way I did, the first couple times I made 135s, he'll be fine. That doesn't take away from the fact that guys are just as tough at 35s as they are at 45s. It's just a different tit for tat. It's a little bit different speed. There's still power. There's still technique. But he's one of the best to ever do it. And so I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing a strong performance from Aldo. I've always been a big fan and have a lot of respect from him on top of being a competitor against him.
What's the feeling like this week? I mean, you're back. You already got that first one on the belt. I'm sure that was some level of like, all right, let's get over this first one. Is this a little back to like a return of normalcy for you? Of like, okay, yeah, I'm back in the flow.
Yeah, it was. You didn't have to get yourself mentally prepped and get your body, churned up to a heavy workload again and get out of the habit of not practicing unless you really felt like it. Pushing through little hiccups of bumps and bruises. Got that out of the way, and that was the hardest part. Really, is just going, all right, back into a friggin' workload. I talked to one of our head coaches, Danny Castillo, about that, and he was like, man, he was thinking about it at one point, some years back, and he was like, dude, it's just a friggin' grind. I'm like, you have to get yourself mentally prepared, and I'm sure there's not many guys that could do that. I was off for nearly 3 years, and coming back with the intention of being the best is something that is rare, and so I pride myself on that. It's part of my story.
One of the things that I think stuck out to me the most before that comeback fight when we spoke is sort of what you were talking about before, where you're rediscovering the soreness and the hunger and all that. It's fun to hear that from a guy like you who's sort of done everything in this game. Has the process been different for you the second time around?
Yeah, you just enjoy the process for whatever reason. I literally, when I stepped away, it wasn't like I was stepping away like waiting to jump in at any point. I stepped away, and relaxed and chilled, and was still in the gym because that's what I love to do. But those little things that you overlook, I really was a full-time athlete for 20 some odd years, wrestling. Thanksgivings and Christmas were always like, having to watch your diet and this kind of stuff. So remembering how good water can taste when you're so famished, or how great some food tastes, or how much you want to go to sleep. I mean, I have trouble sleeping, but when you're grinding like a madman, sleep is something you can't wait to get into.
It seemed like this fight against Peter, I don't know that it's a fight that maybe you didn't want, but it seemed like there was a little bit of, before, like you even going back and forth with Danny Rubenstein, like we don't really see that much from you these days.
Yeah, that
was a fight that like you didn't really maybe want to take, or you kind of just like, okay, this is what I have to do to get to where I need to go, like that's
it all comes down to a question of, what does the UFC want, and what do they value, and what will they pay you for? That's the only time you have negotiating power. And so, my initial conversations were with Shelby, and the whole Rubenstein thing was Rubenstein went on the internet and was like an internet keyboard warrior and made up a lie about me when his roommate and best friend Sean Shelby is sitting right there that could tell him the truth. He knocked on his door and asked him. So I was like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, dude, and Rubenstein has my phone number if he wants to ask if I'm retiring, etc. It was purely about contract negotiation. I had told Sean Shelby when he very first asked me, yeah, absolutely. Just let's get my new contract underway. Okay. Goes silent, and eventually, talk to Dana about it. So Rubenstein's a turd. What was that about?
Did you surprise yourself even with the way that Ricky Simone fight went?
I watched that fight and I felt like I was going to be the better fighter. Absolutely. I know that he's very tough, durable young guy. He comes hungry. He holds a high pace. But I felt like technically I was going to be better. And I actually got caught with a punch early in that fight. I think I caught him first, and then I think he caught me second, and then I caught him the third time, which was lights out. So I'm not shocked. I mean, people talk about that was the first TKO or KO or whatever in however long time. But I've had so many submissions and finishes that have been set up by rocking a guy, to the body. Brian Bowles, you got Jens Pulver, I rocked him to the body and then choked him out versus, the first time we had a 25 round war after I knocked him down with a left hook.
25 round war?
25 minute, yeah.
Oh my God.
Whatever. Yeah, I won't want to go 25 minutes with Jens. He's a savage.